Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Day In, Day Out podcast. Woo! Today on episode 188. This, I have to give you a slight warning. This podcast has much explicit language. I had a D on. Let's just say he has lived a rather colorful life. For his time in the U.S. Air Force, for his time volunteering for a church, basically getting kicked out of said church because of his sexuality, like how he kind of went on a crazy sort of trip after that into the realms of crime, drug dealing, to say the least, and his time in prison. And this is the thing. It is just the tip of the iceberg. So this is going to be the first podcast of one. Part two, like I'm going to arrange to record that with him, like as soon as possible and get that out. But this is part one of this podcast. And I've got to say, yeah, if you think it's not what I'm going to say, it's not boring. It's a hell of a story. Anyway, sit back, enjoy, and yeah, I've warned you, it's got explicit language. So yeah, enjoy the show. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Here we go. Hello, my friends. Hello, my life warriors, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Day In, Day Out podcast. Woo! Today on episode 181. No, 188. Excuse me. I have DeVannon. Oh my God, I got it wrong. DeVannon on the podcast today. You know what? I've got to say, the title he comes up with is quite amazing. Like sex, drugs, and Jesus. Oh my God, I got to love that. Sex, drugs, and Jesus. If there's kids out there heard that, they'll be like, what? How are you today, sir? How are you?
If there's kids out there, they're probably already having sex and doing drugs and already have an opinion about Jesus.
Oh, wow. Wow. Indeed. You know what?
But to answer your question, I'm pretty fucking fantastic. And you said my name right the first time. So congratulations to you. I'm going to give you the Nancy Pelosi clap, the side clap. Nancy Pelosi's the third most powerful person in the United States. And so, I
would say,
yeah,
I would say she's the second most powerful person in the United States because, yes, or she might be the fourth. Like, yeah, Joe Biden's nurse might be the second or third. I'm not too sure.
You know what? It is what it is over here. So I need to come over there. Shit.
Hey, you're more than welcome. I would just say this to you. The weather this year has not been the world's best, but you know what? We are surviving, getting on through. Now, yeah, you, sir, are a very interesting cat. You, sir, have lived and quite a interesting life. I don't actually kind of know where to sort of begin. Where would you start your story from?
Let me see. Well, one of my favorite lines from Harry Potter when he was going in there to basically die, when he was going to fight Voldemort.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I said the name Voldemort, and he kissed the golden snitch, and you know the words appear on there. I open at the close, and so I'll just start kind of at the close of basically where I'm at now, which is kind of like how my book really in the epilogue ends, because that's kind of like the core of my message.
Okay.
So at the end of my book, I make it clear who my target audience is. And so I'm not talking to conservative church people. Fuck them. I'm talking to, unless they're open-minded, willing to take a second look at things, and humble, which is a tall order to fill when you're dealing with conservative ass church people. And, my audience is people who've been hurt by the church, people who have seen people they love be hurt by the church. My audience is people who have seen bullshit go down in churches and they just can't with none of that. And people who stopped trying to grow spiritually and to learn spiritually like I once did because of church drama. Okay. That is it, and just general people who have an interest in spiritual matters. And, other than that, that is my audience. My audience is all kinds of cool, interesting people. I believe in Jesus. I don't like to be called a Christian because of the fuckery that it's become, especially here in the United States. I'd rather, I don't need a title. I'm just, a guy who believes in Jesus, period, done. And so, because I don't want to be affiliated with that bullshit. And I have a second book that I'm actually writing that's going to be called Don't Call Me a Christian. That's going to be coming out next year. And I'm going to be throwing major shade at the motherfucking church in that one. And so hopefully I don't get crucified over it. But if I do, it will be a worthy death. I regret nothing. And and so
yes, I can. I don't know. It's like you've come today. You're like, okay, if this was a film, this would be Rocky, and you were like out. You're like, okay, it's like, come on, or Creed. I'm not too sure. You're coming out swinging hard.
Well, shit, all of those movies have drop dead sexy men in it, so I can be in either one of them and be just fine. And so, my story is a huge clap back. It's taken me, what year is this? 2021? When I got kicked out of church for being LGBTQ, that was around 2007, 2008-ish. And it's taken me, all this time to get, my shit together from being homeless and a drug dealer and everything like that, to collect my thoughts in such a way that can be constructive for people who went through certain things. So yeah, the gloves are on because this is a clap back. I'm about to clap back.
Like, this is the thing. Okay, you're about to clap back. I can feel that energy. I can feel the surge. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, it's like you have the power, to quote one He-Man from back in the day and modern day times. Now, with that, how, like, did you come out in church, or were you like sort of thrust out into the light? What happened?
Well, first of all, for me, myself, I don't believe in coming out. I know it's a big thing. A lot of people do it. I don't believe in explaining myself to people. I'm all like, bitch, if you can't understand what's going on over here, well, then I just don't know what to do with you. I'm just going to show up with a boyfriend one day, like with my family. I never explained myself to them. It is what it is. You either accept it or not. If you don't, then get the fuck. And that goes for mom, dad, siblings. I don't give a shit, Yeah. And that's just the way it is. So no, I was at Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. Okay. Joel Osteen Ministries, very popular place. The blog I just put on my website centered specifically around this happening here, because it happened so much in so many churches. It's not really about the fact that it happened under a very popular ministry. It's about what happened. And no, I had been volunteering there for 2-3 years. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
I went at it like a don't ask, don't tell thing, because I had just got out of the military, serving 6 years in the Air Force during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So I was accustomed to organizations being anti-LGBTQIA+. I'm just going to call this the alphabet mafia, which is what we really are, because we know we got to be strong these days. The part of the alphabet mafia. And just keeping that hidden. It's not a healthy thing to do. I don't recommend it. It was very harmful to me. And so, but coming right out of the military, going to Lakewood, when I filled out the application to volunteer in the kids ministry, they had on there, if you're homosexual, don't volunteer here. And so I just brushed it off. I was like, this is an odd thing. other Christian organizations have statements like that too. And so they're very bold with it. Like, if you're gay, we just don't want your free help. And yet they're always hollering for volunteers. And so I just lied on it. It was strictly speaking, at the time, I was bisexual anyway. So technically I wasn't lying. But then again, I know I'm not a pedophile. So it's like, okay, I know more now. And I should have turned and run. That was the warning sign, and I should have turned and run. But I didn't. And then I went on. So I became a teacher in the kids' life ministry at a group of 3rd grade boys. I excelled. I became the volunteer manager. So I was over about 20 other teachers. This is like a few hundred children every Wednesday night. I'm in charge of the check-in process, the check-out process, the setup, the tear down, snacks, drinks, everything. I'm a worship leader also with the kids ministry every Wednesday at Lakewood. I sing in the adult choir on Saturday nights at Lakewood, and in 2 services on Sunday morning. So I'm at church like 10 hours a week. Okay. 2 to 3 years, solid. Never missed a beat, because I love volunteering and philanthropy. That's why I'm excited to give to your cancer cause. You've been doing all of those squats for. I can't wait to see your thighs at the end of this year. And I love any kind of donating, giving. And I've been in church, and I've been giving, and ever since, like I was a child, been going to church and been volunteering since I was in the 8th grade, when I was my spiritual mentor and pastor's altar boy personal assistant from the 8th grade till the time I went to the military after high school. And so one day, a staff member at Lakewood calls me into the office. She wants to know if I have a girlfriend, and starts asking me questions about my personal life. Because this is in response, because of the parents at Lakewood who bring their children, they come and drop them off during the Wednesday night service. So they're going to go into big churches, they call it, where the adults are. They come and drop their children off with us so that they can go and enjoy the service in peace without having to watch after their own children. So instead of these parents being thankful that I'm there doing that, they're nitpicking at, the clothes that I was wearing, my mannerisms. And so I dressed like I did when I was live in California, which means True Religion jeans, 7 jeans, over cowboy boots, very swagged out. And then, a t-shirt or a button down, but no one could see that, because at Lakewood, you have to wear these bright ass red or blue vests over everything, these big frumpy things, so that the kids can easily recognize you. So beyond that, so all they're really seeing are designer jeans and cowboy boots, which is not a gay, straight, nothing. That's just fashion. And so, and you would think in Texas, of all places, boots a problem? Come on now. And so,
I would have thought
the parents,
Texas, like cowboy boots would have been like quite a standard thing, like in like many parts of Texas.
You would think, but not in Houston. Them people. Then I don't know. I can't explain what goes through people's minds. There's people who think being around a gay person will turn their child gay. They think that every gay man is a pedophile. There is no scientific basis or reasoning. This is called fear mongering. This is people catering to their prejudices and things like that. Now, churches, as a part of their business model, look at parents as shareholders, stakeholders, investors, because the way it works, a church is going to build up a good, strong kids program. Then kids are going to want to go to the church. When kids want to go to church, parents have to bring them to church, because the fucking child can't Uber their ass there. A parent could order an Uber, but that's not how the shit works. So the church builds a good kids program. Kids go, Mom, Dad, I want to go to that church because they look fun. They bring the parents brings the tithes and the offering and the money. And so now they're looking, then this is my theory, as a part of the reason why they bothered to waste my time with this bullshit. Was, they're looking at, is this going to fuck up our bottom line? Because if I piss the parents off by showing up and being myself, then they may leave and go somewhere else. And when they leave, then their money leaves with them. Okay. So no, I didn't have no fucking girlfriend, because I was too busy taking dick whenever I was on my own time. But that's not something that I brought up there to Lakewood. I didn't bring no boyfriends, no hoes, no tricks, no nothing. That was a separate life. I volunteered till my fucking feet hurt, every Wednesday night in those beautiful boots that I had on. then I went to the motherfucking club. But those two worlds never collided. And so time went on. I excelled. I began to win awards and shit and everything like that. And then I applied to be on staff, at Lakewood. I should have stopped then when they began to question me. But I said, you know what? No one's going to be perfect. This church is not going to be perfect. I'm not going to leave because of this. I'm dedicated to what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, only if the church was as merciful as I am. And so what happened was, so I applied to go on staff at church. They were in the process of hiring me. And of course, in the church, it's not like, 2 to 3 years of working right by my side was enough of a character reference. They needed to check my social media too, so that they could know for sure, and this was,
I said that would do it because, you can't hide anything on social media. It will come out.
But this is the thing, though. They had to check my MySpace page because this was back in the day when social media was basically new. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that was either non-existent or barely getting started. Tom hadn't even showed up. Whoever I think Tom was your first MySpace friend. I may have still had his ass on my friends list or whatever. I don't know. The shit was new.
Yeah.
So what happened was I had a really racy photo on there. I got tipsy or drunk one night. Me and my friend decided to do an impromptu photo shoot. And so on this, I had on these little bitty undies, some sleeves that had been torn off from a shirt, and like a Dos Equis cowboy hat that I got from like some shot girls at a nightclub.
Okay.
And so I was serving some face and some sexiness, and damn it, I looked good. And so I made it my profile pic. And so, I was, vain and in my 20s, fuck it, who's not? And so, but I wasn't like promoting the MySpace page or doing anything or sharing it. And so one day I'm at work and I noticed my profile views going up, and I know that I'm not actually actively sharing this. And so I got a bad feeling in my stomach, and I just like made it private. So then I get a text from the lady who was over me and in charge of the kids' life program and the kids' choir at Lakewood that they needed to talk to me that Saturday. So I'm like thinking, okay, could this be like I'm getting hired or what? I just knew it was going to be really, really good or really, really bad. And so I show up on Saturday. She's there, the lady who runs the kids' choir and the kids' life, and then the guy who's the pastor and in charge of the adult choir. They take me up to the 5th floor, which is a staff-only place. So I'm thinking, okay, is this like the job offer or what? Nope. They sat at one end of this long-ass conference table, and I'm at the other end, and they proceed to tell me how they found my scandalous photo on MySpace. And
look. Fine. Look, man. All I've got to say with your name, it is just in that bait. You can just type your name. There you are. You can't really go, my name is John Smith. It's not going to blend into the background. It's like you knew this day must have been coming. It must have been like a shock, but wow. It's like,
Based on the head knowledge that I know about social media now, yes. But when MySpace was still a thing, it's not like it was so common knowledge that you may not get a job for social media and you may get fired for social media. It wasn't like it is everywhere now.
You were caught up in that first wave type situation.
In a what?
In a first wave type situation. Like
in the first wave, I'm from the country in Baton Rouge, and then I had been in the military all my adult life for 6 years, and social media just is not a factor there. You're in the fucking military and you can't get out until your contract's up. They're not gonna throw you out because of your social media. I don't even think we had fucking MySpace and all of that. No, because when I used to go look for dick, I was on gay.com. There was no apps and shit. I had to dial up on the laptop, print out the fucking directions, and then go get the dick. So no, I was in there. you know, I was in there doing hard dick time, honey. You know?
No, the way you're talking about it is like man, back in the day, things were hard. You had to go here, you had to do this. Look, now you can just pull out your phone, just like, yeah, boom.
Right. just go from where you're at. You don't have to go back home, your base of dick operations, and then make your dick plan for the night. And so,
okay, you know what? Hey, all I've got to say is, of all sentences, I didn't expect to hear today. Make your dick plan. You're like, yeah, dick operations. No, this is not something I would have expected to come up in a syntax of a sentence.
You can't look at me and tell that I like nothing more than to bounce up and down on a long, hard dick.
I look. It's like, hey, man. That might be so like that. Like that sentence. It's just like, okay. It's like, yes. I'm like, yeah. You okay? Yeah. No. Am I surprised? No. You don't hide it or anything like this. But yeah, when it's like, yes, this is. I was like, yeah, this is the sentence. Yes. Go back to base to get my dick on, like my dick operations, and it's like, okay, I didn't expect to hear that in a sentence. But you know what? Like, sorry. Carry on with the story.
People don't have to do that anymore. Grindr and all the different apps, which I don't, you know, you can just log on now and the whole details, everybody's position, dick length, sexual preference, they do drugs or not, everything just laid out there for you. You know, I'm not mad about it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And so, but the way I was thinking was not like, okay, a social footprint. And now I'm a humble servant. I'm showing up to work, and it's hard work and it's fulfilling work, but I'm not arrogant in thinking, okay, people are going to look me of all people up on the internet. You've got Joe, you've got Victoria, you've got the worship leaders, you have people who are considered to be actual celebrities that I would think they would go and look up. Why in the fuck would they look me up? You know, in my opinion, I think a lot of staff there want to be like Joel and Victoria, but they're not Joel and Victoria. You know, so they're thinking that everybody's going to just be getting Googled around there. And I'm all like, wait a minute, this church might be popular, but every bitch in here is not. So I didn't think I was, you know, Googleable just because I was coming to fucking volunteer.
Yeah.
And then nevertheless, if it was that big a deal, they should have included social media etiquette in the training, because it's not like you just say, I want to volunteer. You got to go through background checks, all kinds of screening, applications, interviews, training. It's a whole full onboarding process as though you were working for a Fortune 500 fucking company. So you could have thrown in social media shit too, while you was telling me every fucking thing else under the sun. And so no, I didn't think that at all. And they were like, you know, you're fired from everything. You know, the choir, the adult choir has nothing to do with children.
Yeah.
You know, and they were like, one of those kids could have looked you up or something. And I'm all like, okay, but they didn't. And then even if they would have, they probably would have been more open to talking to me like this one kid did one time, because about his sexuality, he wasn't trying to talk to his fucking mom. You know, he was trying to talk to Mr. D. But, you know, he still grew up and probably did what the fuck he was going to do anyway. And so, but the fear there is that, and basically what they're saying is, you identify as, you know, bisexual at the time. My letters tend to change when I don't have any anymore. I just, whatever. I like God said, I am that I am. You know, male, female, LGBTQIA, I'm all of it, darling. It's quite a delicious living. And so, yes, bitch, I am that I am. And so what they're saying to me is, you identify out there, therefore you are a threat to children, so we must remove you. You haven't done anything, but we know your people. This is the sort of stuff that you do. Okay, it's not true, because one time I was volunteering with a different agency in Houston that's much more open-minded and non-religious, and you know, I like children, and I got 2 cats, and you know, I'll adopt some kids one day, but there was, you know, during those times I was thinking about, you know, having children of my own. And as a part of the training at this other organization, they showed us the registered sex offenders in Houston. And so and they put the names, the faces, up on the wall, and half of them were women. And, and then the other half were men who identify as straight.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no queen up there, honey. No, nobody was up there from my community at all. I was just really, 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 really shocked as shit to see the women, up there, because when they send out those nasty ass pedophile postcards to the neighborhood, whenever a pedophile or registered sex offender moves into your neighborhood, I've never gotten one that had a woman on it. But when they put us in this training, like, there was just as many women up there as there were men. And so there is no foundation in science, research, factual history for people to think that men who have sex with men want to have sex with your young children, unless you just want to make that shit up in your head. But usually it's the straight uncle that fucks the nephew when no one's looking in families. That's how that shit usually goes. The gay uncle already got a dick in his ass and mouth. And then what the fuck can Lil Johnny do anyway for a grown ass gay man? Honey, we don't need him. And so now I am a cougar. I'm 38. My boyfriend is 24. I wouldn't give a damn if he was 18. I respect the motherfucking laws and shit, but I don't go no longer lower than the legal limits.
Mm-hmm.
But a cougar is a cougar. A pedophile is a whole different psychological profile. Gay men, cougars, pedophiles, not even in the same arena, unless you want to put us in the same arena because you're a fucking retard.
Yeah. Now, did they, like, apart from like saying to you, oh yes, we know how your kind operate and everything like this, was there anything else said? Or like said to you about, why they're letting you go? Because surely it must be illegal to like sort of just do that. Like, oh yeah, you're done because of your sexuality.
I never thought on the legality of it. I was too distraught and heartbroken over the shit. And I wish I would have gotten counseling or something, because I made a series of bad decisions starting that night, after that happened, because I didn't at that time know how deep trauma can really affect you.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't know how we all seek community in some form, and how much that church, now once that community got taken from me, then I began to seek it in the streets, in places that I thought I wouldn't be judged, like nightclubs and bars and stuff like that, where drag queens were, where gay people were. And that's how I began to get into drugs and stuff like that, because I wasn't at church anymore. And then I was out there, and then I was pissed off at the church. So, but to answer your question, what else did they say to me? That was it. What she said was this, and I'll never forget that bitch's words. She was like, you can't be doing that, hanging out there with them. And so that's exactly what she said. It was a total Karen meltdown. The whole meeting was a fucking Karen meltdown. And I'm sitting there like speechless, because I could tell the decision was already made. The bitches made me waste my fucking gas coming up there. I suppose it was respectful for them to fire me from volunteering in person.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they did was offer me conversion therapy. And so they were like, we have these books here that we would like you to read so you can become ungay. And in the meantime, you're demoted to an usher. You can be an usher. And then over time, if you read this here and probably come to counseling or whatever, then you can work your way back into our graces.
Okay, like, right. Like, so, okay. Like, yeah. Deconversion. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Like, any sane person would be like, hey, you know what? If it was a choice, like, like, okay, let me just like throw it like, hey, you know what? I'm a person, like black person, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I like to make it a challenge. Okay, let's like throw in homosexuality into the mix as well. I really want a challenge on a sort of day-to-day basis. It's like, I don't get that. Like gay conversion therapy. How is that ever going to work in this lifetime or the next?
It won't, because they just released a documentary on Netflix called Pray Away, and it chronicles conversion therapy in this huge organization here in the United States called Exodus that I think was the first big ass organization that did it and went in there and heard all the people. And in this documentary, now you have the people who used to run this organization who claim to be gay, ex-gay and delivered, and went around the country and world telling everybody else that they needed to be delivered too. Now these motherfuckers sitting up here on this goddamn documentary basically saying, never mind all the conversion therapy and the organization we created and all the people who we fucked up along the way. We're still gay and the shit's bullshit and it never worked anyway. And so yeah, Pray Away really tackles that heads on. But the bullshit that you can get people to believe if you just repeat it time and time again is absolutely insane. And so I had two decisions on that fateful Saturday. I was either gonna whip they fucking asses or just walk the fuck out. There was no in between. And at the time, I didn't have any felonies like I do now, so I hadn't been arrested yet. And so I decided to just get up from the table and walk the fuck out. And, you know, and as I waited for the elevator to open, they just looked at each other like they were totally fucking confused that I didn't go along with their conversion therapy, being an usher, you know, type of shit. You know how arrogant they are to think that I'm just going to to let them take something that's that important for me, tell me to go be an usher, read books. And, you know, I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to any of the children that I worked with or anything like that. It was an instant thing. Like I was just poison to them all of a sudden, you know.
That is trippy, to say the least. Because look, me personally, I would have been like, okay, wait. Down to religion, sexuality, anything like that, you can't fire me. Like, at the time, you had no felonies, you didn't have a record, you were totally clean, kids loved you and everything like this. Yeah, you may have had a picture on like MySpace,
right?
That's how long it is, MySpace, like, which may have been like, yeah, a bit risque, but if you weren't advertising it, you weren't putting it out there, it was just a case of they decided to actively search yourself out on like the old Google itself. Like, I don't think the kids would have really cared, but yeah, what they did was, I don't think is legal. I would say no, like definitely not legal today. I have no idea. Like back then, I'm not an expert in American law, employment law, stuff like that.
Well, but the thing is, while we were in this meeting, they informed me that I wasn't the first person. They do it all the time. So this is standard operating procedure for them. Because I had been wondering what had happened to, like, you know, other dudes I had seen in the choir who I, you know, could tell was family, you know, and they just disappeared one day. You know, it's the same shit. So they go about trying to find people who are LGBT to remove them from high profile volunteer positions. It's something that they do because, you know, in the adult choir, you know, my face was on TV a lot because, you know, I was very, very charismatic as I am. You know, I love to worship, you know, I write music and songs and stuff like that. You know, other than that, you know, I love to praise. And so they always had the camera on me anyway.
And but as you're a retiring kind of shy guy who likes to, you know what I mean, take a slight backseat. Yeah. I can't see you being out front and saying, no. It's like, modesty is your like middle name. It's like, yeah. you know, you're like, yes.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing I've heard all day. And so
ouch. I think I just got burned there, people. That's like, the sarcasm is strong in this one.
The shade of it all. I'm feeling the spirit of Billy Porter coming into me. I'm feeling the spirit of Billy Porter.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't handle that right now. I'm delicate.
The category is.
Oh my Lord.
The category is bitch ass churches and the gays who overthrow them.
Well, like this is the thing. Like it's like in some respects, if you sort of like look back on like when you first got there and like you saw that sign and everything like that, today, would you say back then you were not as authentic as you truly are right now? Because like this is the thing. Like you were in the military, don't ask, don't tell. You didn't. You came to this church and it was like, yeah, you kept like a large part of who you were hidden away. So would you say you were your authentic self while you were there? Oh.
I was authentic in my intentions, you know, and in my calling to worship, lead worship, contribute to worship, and to have a positive impact on children. Yeah. I was not authentic within myself because I had been, you know, taught to quiet myself. I would never do that again. I wouldn't do it now, and I don't recommend it. You know, people of the alphabet mafia, we have no business in churches that are not affirming and who don't think that there's nothing, who they only go to churches where they don't have a problem with our lifestyle. Not they think we're going to go to hell or not any of this. Well, all sin is the same and be engaged as another sin, so we're not going to judge you. Yeah, that's a step up from just straight out condemnation, but it's not good enough either. You know, only go to churches, I think Lutherans, Episcopalians, metropolitan community churches. We have options. We don't have to go to the church that our parents grew up in and all that bullshit, you know, because it's very harmful mentally on us to go and sit in churches that speak against us, or like how they used to do at Lakewood. You know, they weren't vocally against it, but they weren't for it either. They took like this weird ass gray area, like a lot of churches do. Well, then fuck that too, because they need to be outspoken for you. Other than that, they don't deserve our money. And the gay dollar is strong, honey. They don't need not one fucking of our beautiful glistening fucking pennies. And take that shit somewhere where your gifts are going to be recognized and you will be accepted, and they're not going to just toss you to the curb because of who you love and what you're doing when you're not even at the damn church. So So yeah, they do this shit all the time. And then they always running around the holler and they need more volunteers. Well, bitch, stop firing them. So, then maybe you won't run out.
Oh my God.
And look, it's not like Lakewood didn't have gay staff members, because you had some queens around there that I knew was taking it up the ass, bitch. Like it was abundantly clear. And you know, it's inconsistencies. They are hypocrites for the things that they did to me and other people when they got gay people sitting right there on staff, and you just certain people, I guess, just too damn much or whatever the fuck. And so, but no, I wasn't authentic. I don't feel like I was just a fake person, but I was fearful to let my true self out. But I was taught in the military that it was okay to do so, and it was expected, because the military isn't remotely interested in who you are. But be you gay, straight, bi, if your favorite color is green, if you love Australia, because the day you get there, the first thing they tell you is to forget everything about who you are, sexuality included. Yep. So their intention is to tear you down and to completely knock you down like a house of cards.
Yeah.
Whatever's been built up until that point does not matter anymore, because we are going to create a winter soldier out of you from this time moving forward. Yeah. So forget whoever you thought you were altogether.
Oh, but that's the military for you. It's a case of you're there to serve and basically to be deployed. It's not a case of like having sort of unique personalities wherever your sexuality might lie or wherever you might like see yourself in the world. The military don't care about that. It's a case of you are part of the U.S. military, like Air Force, like Marine, Army, Navy. That's it. That's where you belong if you've signed up to it. You were in the Air Force, you said, right?
Right.
So yeah, you're an airman. Off you go. No other tags. And it's just like, yes, these are the brothers and sisters in the Air Force. End of story. I can see that, and it must be kind of weird being in a sort of environment like that where, okay, you've gone from one environment where you can't be truly your authentic self, then into another environment where you can't be truly your authentic self. Did it ever sort of get tiring for you? Because it's like, yeah, got to sort of not be so much on guard, but you got to be wary of what you say and how you sort of act, if you get what I mean.
Not really, because it's not like I really had to actively do it. Maybe I had gotten so accustomed to doing it in the military, it became second nature.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Coming out of the military with mental issues is pretty much the standard across the board. Now, it might take you some years to realize you fucking got mental problems, but since then, there's been a lot of, psychiatrists and therapists, and spiritual counseling that I've had since those days that have helped me to come to the point where I'm at. But I needed a lot of internal work done.
Mm-hmm.
I needed a lot of it done. Those things that I allowed people to put upon me then, both the military and the church, I would slap them across the face, before I let that happen. I would cuss a bitch out. I would not have done that to church people back then, but let me come around one of them motherfuckers today. Talking about some DeVannon, you're a threat to children. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Now, while they clutching their pearls and all of that, I would be busy reading their asses for absolute pure filth. But I wouldn't have done that back then because I was still, coloring in the lines, even though I was being hurt. I had been taught not to clap back, because in the military, you had no say. No matter what the fuck they did to you, you could not protest. You didn't have anything you could do. Mm. And now they could put you out, but you can't quit, until that 4 or 6 year term is up. So the military had all, power over you. If they didn't like us going to a certain bar, a club, they would put it like on a blacklist, and we had like base decals on our cars. They would send what's called the Office of Special Investigations, OSI, which is like an FBI or a CIA, to go and look to see who's doing things that they shouldn't be doing when they're out of uniform and off the base. As a military, they're real extra. Like, your character is defined not just on base, but off base. So they want to control everything, off base, on base. I almost got kicked out for wearing piercings and shit. I got like 2 Article 15s. I was a bad boy in the military too. I went when I was 17. Which I don't recommend. And then by the time I had to be 21, 22, I was a completely different person. I got more liberal. I began to grow into, a shadow of who I am like today. And I just really didn't give a fuck about rules anymore.
Yeah.
Not a good place to be.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, what made you join the military? Why? Like, what was like, what drove you to there?
My recruiter gave me Skittles. And
that is some of the dumbest shit I've just heard right there. Get you killed. Oh my God. You know what? I wish I was there right now. I'd slap the black off you. I swear to God. It's like Skittles.
So to be more specific,
yeah,
he did give me Skittles. They were the best Skittles. And what they did, I don't know if you've ever had it happen to you in life, where you were presented with an opportunity and you just feel it like in every, like, you just know that that's what the fuck you're supposed to do. You can't too much articulate why, and the shit ends up working ultimately. Now, not everybody has this ability. It works for me, that sort of spontaneity and shit like that. Sometimes. So I had never thought about the military. I didn't have a conscience. I was going to try to go to LSU, Louisiana State University, or Southeastern, Louisiana University right here. But in my high school, I went to a college prep school, And there's a military entrance exam called the ASVAB. It's like an aptitude test that you must take in order to enlist in any branch of the military so they can know what sort of job you can be put into. And we were just in class one day and an announcement came on, like, all seniors report to the cafeteria for this test. And we just like, okay, I guess this is happening. It wasn't, do you want to take the test? Do you want to sign up? They're like, no, bitch, you're taking this fucking test. So I don't know what kind of deal the recruiters cut with my school or whatever. But so we sitting in there, we just fucking around bullshitting, you know, just playing. I ended up getting like I think like an overall 81, 99 is the highest. And then you're scored in 4 areas: mechanical, administrative, general, and electric. I have all that memorized as I was a recruiter for a while in the Air Force too. And I got like a 99 in a couple of areas and shit. And so the recruiters, of course, are going to call because those scores you take get sent to Marines, Army, Navy, Coast Guard, every fucking body. It just happened to be the Air Force that called first. And my parents, and this is like February, I'm already, you know, got applications in the colleges and shit. And, you know, graduation's in May. This is in February.
Yeah.
And so they call, I'm not there. I'm probably out doing what the fuck ever at work. They're Raising Cane's or Wendy's or whatever fuck I was working at. And my parents are like, go talk to the recruiter. I'm like, no, I don't do that. And they were like, just go talk to him. I was like, okay, whatever. You know, so then I like went over to talk to the recruiter at my parents' behest. You know, and then he was like, you know, praising me, high scores, blah, 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 blah. He was telling me about this job called electronic warfare. I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. I was thinking more administrative for me because I had just, you know, spent years managing my school's wrestling team that involved a lot of paperwork and watching a bunch of delicious big dick bubble butt men run around too. The perks, honey, the perks. Look, it always boils down the dick at the end of the day. And so
like, you know what? I can't say you're not focused. That's one thing I can say. It's like, yeah. It's like, there you go.
And so
concentrate.
So it's all Gucci Boochie. And so it's so he's telling me, you know, all about the $6,000 sign-on bonus for that particular career field and, you know, travel, free education, blah, blah, blah. You know, so on and so forth. You know, my grades have fallen in high school. I think it was because I was a straight A student up until the second semester in my 8th grade, and my dad had an affair. And I didn't know that troubles in the home can cause a person's grades to drop. You know, I had been, you know, the previous year in 7th grade, I was the only person in my middle school who had straight A's the entire year. And I was the only person to receive the golden trophy that you get whenever you get straight A's for the entire year. I was the only motherfucking person to get that trophy. And so I went from that to barely graduating high school. So it's not like my GPA was the strongest for like scholarships and shit. So it was a win-win. It worked. I had not considered it before. And yes, he did give me Skittles, and that sealed the deal. And so like, fuck it, 6 G's, free college. I get to leave fucking Louisiana, you know, and go live somewhere else. Bitch, sign me best. So, you know, so off I fucking went. And, you know, and then we lost our house. I'm not gonna say we, my parents lost us our house when I was in high school too. You know, I came home from school one day and all of our shit was packed up. They were like, you moving like now. And it wasn't like we went to a better house. We went from like a good house, brand new house, down to like back to the hood where every other house was a crack house where I had grown up at.
Okay.
And so all this shit, I guess couldn't deal. My grandmother died when I was a junior in high school. Woke up, she was dead on the floor. You know, it was a lot going on. But it took me years to realize that I wasn't, you know, not able to grasp the subject matter. You know, the family life was just fucked up, and it just ruined my fucking GPA. Yeah. You know, because up until the problem started, you know, bitch had straight A's. And so anyway, all of that worked out, you know, the military, you know, and then off. So that's why I enlisted. The Air Force is not a very physical branch. You know, I'm glad the Army Marines didn't call first. I don't know. I could have ended up there. You know, the Air Force is a very headstrong branch. You know, a lot of things are very, you have to have highest scores to get in the Air Force. It's not easy to get in the Air Force.
Mhm.
I know, because when I was a recruiter, it was a bitch to put people in the Air Force. I had to disqualify a shitload of people who could go to the Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, you know, but the Air Force is just picky as fuck. And, you know, when I was an Air Force recruiter, I just, you know, Republicans, conservative people,
Yeah.
I got no more patience for them. Karens, Kens, none of them. I like Jesus. I love Jesus and all of that. I'm more that version of Jesus. You remember that story when they were buying and selling in the temple and he tied up a cord and beat they fucking asses? That happened. Jesus whipped they fucking asses. He only did it once. But you know, that's the version of Jesus I am. I'm not the kumbaya. I'm all like, bitch, you stupid and you damaging other people. It's time for you to get slapped across your fucking mouth, a cut in your fucking throat or some shit. You know, I'm tired of playing with these people because they don't understand. So a part of my regulations, the book is this fucking thick, longer than my dick, okay? And I don't have a short dick either. You know, of all these rules why people can't go to the Air Force, if they got a GED and they didn't graduate actual high school, if they went to like an alternative high school and not a real high school, you know, you got to get a waiver for all that. Bitch, if they had orgies before, if they smoked weed more than 50 times, meth once, crack once, somebody sat there and thought out, if you did this many drugs exactly this many times and you have bad character. This is why recruiters tell people to lie and shit. So people come into the office and I got to ask them these questions. When I send them to the processing station, they're going to get asked it again. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, have you ever done meth, heroin? And they go, well, you know, oh, no. Okay, 0. You know, so, you know, wink, wink, you know, because there's no way they can fucking tell. It's not in your system. Don't shoot up and then go take the fucking drug test. Do that shit after the drug test. And so... But they got shit in there if you had orgies, if you were this sexuality and all of this. And it's just like, if I want to get gangbanged by 50 different dudes, what the fuck does that have to do with whether or not I can comprehend what to do in this air traffic tower on this jet? That ain't got nothing to do with it. But see, conservative people like to connect shit that don't need to be connected. It's like this whole mask thing. Oh, if you wear a mask, then you're being repressed by the government. But bitch, you put a seatbelt on every damn day too, and the government told you to do that. You're not running around all willy-nilly. You see, they making problems where they're not supposed to be. My bitch ass neighbor next door. Okay, one of the church people. She's one invited me to church. She's the perfect Karen. You know, I threw roses in this huge ass lake that we have. The lake belongs to the damn neighborhood, about 15 houses on this side of it. And it's wide and nothing but trees in the wilderness back there. So my boyfriend gives me flowers. When they would die, I would just, you know, put them in the trash, throw them in nature where they can biodegrade. It floats into a view. She sends me a text talking about can I remove the flowers? Okay, because it's not pretty. I did not remove the flowers. I called the Homeowners Association. I was like, okay, what are my options here? Karen is gone wild. They were like, well, you know, Karen don't own the lake. None of us own the lake. That's not our personal property. Our servitude, our property ends with our dirt. Yeah. You know, and so they were like, I wouldn't do that. You know, shit like that. So, but you know, there's trash and shit that floats back there. She's not reporting that. Just the flowers that my boyfriend gave me, but she don't know where the fuck they coming from. But you see how conservative people like her fucking ass took a problem that didn't need to be a problem and made it a huge fucking problem. Then I cussed. I told ass never to contact me again after that because I was done. Like I told you, I'm done. You know, because people just create issues with the vaccine. Oh, Bill Gates is tracking us through the vaccine. They're going to take over our minds. Okay, based on what proof? None. You created a problem where there wasn't one. You're gay, so you are going to fuck children. Why? You don't know. You just feel that way. You created a problem, you know, where there wasn't one. If you had felonies, like I had to go into business for myself because it was so fucking hard to get a job. You know, after I got arrested three times, four felonies in 2012. You know, SWAT came and got me and everything. Okay, you had felonies 7 years ago. We can't trust you today, even though you haven't been in any trouble since then. You know, they're creating the problems where there aren't any. I'm tired of fucking conservative people. They got to go.
Like, surely not all conservative people. There must be, you must be able to see some good in some conservative people.
But then they're not conservative, then they're liberal. or like I say, if you're open-minded and conservative, but very few conservative people don't go that far with it. A woman can't get an abortion because we feel like we should put our rights upon her, our beliefs on her. You know, two men shouldn't get married because we feel they shouldn't. You know, you know, they not paying bills in my house. I'm not paying bills in theirs, but because they feel like it's a problem, then no one should be able to do it. So no, fuck conservative people.
Okay. Oh, it's like, because like this is the thing. I always look at people if like it's never just as simple as left or right in my mind. There are going to be some things which you're going to be liberal with, and there's going to be some things you're going to be conservative with. And like depending where you are on it, it will lead you down one path more, one path more on some occasions, and down other paths on other occasions. Like, because look, I would say, yeah, like when it comes to sort of like a lot of things, when it comes to social like beliefs and everything like that, I can be fairly liberal. When it comes to sort of like, yeah, economy and like how you're going to pay for stuff, I'll lean more to sort of conservative, because like this is the whole thing. If you're just giving away everything and you don't know how to make any money to make that run properly, we're all going to be in trouble, if you get what I mean.
You sound like a moderate then. You know, there's an in-between road there. So then let me clarify my shit here. If you're a conservative bitch who wants to tell other people what to do in their personal life, okay, then fuck you. I get that you do have to have both sides of the aisle. And yeah, I want conservatives and liberals, because you have to have the light and the dark side of the force, whichever one's light or dark is up to you in order to have balance. I get that. And yeah, you do have to be able to pay for shit. I'm all about, you know, spending being monitored and shit like that. And I think conservative people bring a valid point. So let me clarify, you know, those of you who want to dominate other motherfucking people and got opinions about things that other motherfucking people are doing, or offended by what other people are doing that don't have a direct impact on you. Like federal spending and shit like that affects us all because we all pay taxes. So I'm totally cool with that. But if Mary want to go get an abortion, that ain't your damn business, bitch. If Tom, Jerry, and Larry want to all three go get married, that ain't your motherfucking business. If I want to put roses in the water that's community property, just because you don't think it's cute, ho, you can't control that. you know, that's the shit I'm talking about, that overreach. Like they reach too damn far. Yeah. And they don't know when to fucking stop.
In other words, basically, you're talking about people who, quote unquote, believe in freedom, but they will decide to restrict other people's freedoms because it goes against their sort of personal beliefs.
That's putting it quite nicely. Correct. Right. And it's just like Governor DeSantis in Florida. You know, he's like, we were going to go small government. We don't need the federal government telling us what to do. Small government, conservative principles. However, local school districts don't get to decide whether or not they're going to do mask mandates. I'm going to tell you that as the governor.
Yeah.
That's what we have.
Yeah, like you guys have been going through like sort of strange government with all what's gone on through 2020 up until like present day, possibly into 2022. Look, don't get me wrong, here in the UK, yeah, we've gone through some strange times, but yeah, we hopefully getting our shit together. But like, yeah, I would say over stateside, it seems like you were getting it, you were going in the right direction, and now you kind of like going a little bit weird.
It's the anti-vaxxers who don't want to get vaccinated, but then they want to go out and kiki and everything like that. And then the governors who prevent mask mandates. So they're like, you can go and do whatever you want. You don't have to get vaccinated, and we will prevent local municipalities and cities and local on-the-ground governments from making any decisions. That's what Republican governors are doing here in this country. And if you don't abide by their rules, and they threaten to pull funding from schools and shit like that. So if schools like, we are overrun with COVID and we need fucking masks, then the governor goes, okay, you can do a mask mandate, but we're going to pull your funding and your salaries and shit. So that's the type of shit that you know, conservative people are doing here. And if I sound bitter about it, you know, I'm still praying through it, you know, but I can only do so much because I'm not Jesus. It's the anti-vax people who have us in this position. I just fired my nail technician, the girl who's been doing my nails forever. She's the only fucking person in the whole nail salon, and this is not a small salon, who is not vaccinated. I was over there getting my shit did, like I think last month, and I just was talking about it. I had stopped going since the pandemic started. I just started going back. And then I was like, girl, are you vaccinated? She's like, no. I said, excuse me? You know, no. And I told the owner, okay, don't put me with her anymore until she's vaccinated. So I went back last week because my boyfriend's family was in town. So I went with his mom to go get our shit did and be fabulous and drink wine and whatnot. And here this same girl comes bopping up in here. So, oh, girl, did you get vaccinated? Maybe she could have in the time that I had asked her about it. She's like, no, I told you that last time. And I said, well, it's time for you to go. You can't be in here. You know, it was a whole thing. You know, she got her feelings hurt and everything. And I reiterated to the owner, because I had called up there and told the owner, don't put me with her unless she's vaccinated. But that's case in point. And she's the one coming in there doing the chin diaper thing, nose all out. You know, you're the only person who's not vaccinated, and yet you can't even put the mask over your mouth and nose. That's why we have this problem here. You know, people, you know, just taking trips, and the clubs are open and the nightclubs are open and, you know, the strip clubs are open, like every fucking thing's open. But people, the vaccination rates here in the South are like maybe 30% or 40, you know, and all of our hospitals are overrun. The kids' hospitals are overrun. Teenagers are dying, you know, everything. But the governors are still like, no mask mandates.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, that is strange and unusual in my opinion. Like, yeah, because like, yeah, for the vaccination to be at 30%, like, yeah, having everything open. You mentioned that you had to basically start your own business because, hey, like you had a couple of felonies, and that makes things hard for you to find employment. So how did your business like survive through the whole of like sort of 2020 up until now?
Well,
by the way.
Well, my massage therapy. Okay, so I have a website called DownUnder Apparel that sells kinky lingerie and sportswear and workout clothes and things like that. I'm a freak. And what's the word am I looking for? Exhibitionist, all of that. And so I have an adult website. You do need to be 18 and over to enter it. And then I also had a massage therapy business because I'm a licensed massage therapist, but I did close that because of the pandemic, you know, so I did, you know, suffer loss because, I mean, I could have kept it open. It's not like anybody in Louisiana was like, you know, maybe at the beginning they closed everything, but shit. You know, if I wanted to, I could have been doing massages, and I'm just not, because I knew we weren't out of the water, and it's not worth somebody dying over. As the owner of the business, if I open it, that's going to send a message to my clients that it's safe. And I don't play this. I'm going to wait for the government to tell me if it's safe. Bitch, I got common fucking sense. You know, I don't need to wait for the damn government to give me common damn sense. And so that gets on my nerves when other business owners are like, well, I'm going to wait for the government. But bitch, you can read the tea leaves yourself. And so no, I was like, no, I'm not gonna wait for the government because they always fucking late with shit any damn way before somebody dies on my watch. And then we're not having it. And so I'm not having it. And so I closed it on up. And and in Down Under, it's a website. So that's much easier to maintain because we're selling globally. So if some shit's fucked up here, maybe it's not fucked up there. If somebody's not able here, then maybe they're able there. So the reach, is as wide as it could go. Whereas a massage therapy business was just here in Baton Rouge. And so basically technology is what saved, my enterprises. And now, I have my podcast and the book will be out, so I'm all for like intellectual businesses in terms of like non-physical, non-brick and mortar stuff that you can do. So some shit gets fucked up in your local community, then you can still sell to other parts of the world.
Infinite upscale, in other words.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yep. Go. You can have it. There you go. Yep.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. So like this is the thing. You mentioned like one of the things which I've found interesting for what's all gone on, and like there's a lot of people out there now which are kind of looking at where their lives are going because of like the pandemic and what's happening still, like in many cases still going on, still in the thick of it, and other places are sort of moving out of it. Like, what would you say, have you seen amongst your friends, your community, with regards to like, yeah, they're sort of like going, I need to make changes in my life, I need to sort of like embrace new things or like go in a new direction?
No, there's not many friends left. Like the stupid ones have been deleted and cut off.
Wow.
And then the intelligent ones have been maintained, all two of them. And so, probably 4 or 5. I wouldn't be that cruel. So no, either people are just like, either I've deleted them or you just don't fucking hear for them. Some of them then died because they wouldn't get the fucking vaccine, or, but none of us, the only thing we've changed is removing the stupid motherfuckers and the anti-vaxxers and the Trump supporters out of our lives. That's what we changed. But ourselves, no. Now, I mean, I expanded my yard and shit, so since I knew I was going to be being here like literally all the time. And I put like a hot tub in and a massage chair and I raised, 3 raised gardens now. I made it an oasis because this is my Disney. And so.
This is your Disney?
What? This is like my Disney World here. Okay. I made this my theme park, if you will.
Right.
And so yeah, sorry about that. I think my parents like just came in here and I've told them not. Well, can you hear like that noise out there?
No, I'm all good. I'm all good.
If you start to hear something, then let me know, because I've told them not to come up in my house unless they text me first. I don't have my phone unless I respond, because I be doing a show. So I'm gonna read them for filth when this is over. We won't have this again. I'm so sorry. I had to be sure somebody wasn't breaking in at first. I'm like, wait a minute, wait. And so no, there's no changes. We're all just kind of holding what we've got. We're saving a lot of money, so we're not spending it on anything. And coming out of it, my main thing and all of our main thing is to be sure that we don't let ourselves get around people who have demonstrated low IQs, a lack of reasoning and common sense, because those people, when the next pandemic comes, are going to probably do the same shit again. If they voted for Trump before, they probably go and vote for whoever the next would-be dictator tries to take office. Now, they've shown their asses, is how we put it. They done shown their ass now. Now, if we gonna be stupid and let them come back around us, that's on us. This pandemic has revealed to us the true nature of people. Somebody I deleted from Facebook couldn't understand why I did not like Donald Trump. They were one of those, oh, poor Trump, why do people just don't like him? I'm Black, I'm gay, I'm everything that man hates. And you really have to ask me why I don't vote for Trump. Like, is that type of stupidity that people have? Like, I can't fix that. I can't explain that. That's beyond help. Only thing I can do is click delete. That's all I can do.
Oh, that's trippy. It's like, hey, no. Okay. So with this, look, one of the things like I'm a strong believer of, and it's one of the reasons why I do this podcast, like, because look, I believe discourse is one of the only ways we can get better as a society. Like having like people who have diametric opposed like opinions coming together and like, yeah, talking. And through that conversation, like the good ideas and bad ideas form. Hopefully the bad ideas will go off and die. And out of the good ideas, whatever that new thing is, it'll help us grow as individuals. Like I know, and I've seen globally how people are getting more and more sort of entrenched in their views and more like, if you're not on my team or on this team, fuck you. So like, how are we going to make things better if that is the sort of main stance, if no one is actually willing to have these conversations, you know?
I get what you're saying. I counter that with the fact that the things that people disagree with me on are a threat to my life. So people who vote for Trump are usually anti-gay, or if not, you're willing to put somebody in office who will make policies against me. If you are an anti-vaxxer and yet you want to come around me, you don't even understand the implications of how you could literally kill somebody, even though you feel fine yourself. I put them at a distance, not because they disagree. You could be a Republican, but disagree with the part that they want to control other people's lives, for instance, and I can still fuck with you because I view people like that, like they are a threat to me. I wouldn't bring my children if I had them, my boyfriend. Like, I don't want you around me because, okay, if it was a dictator in charge, this person here would sound the alarm and say, the gay people over here, come kill them. You know, because you're already willing to vote that way. You think that way already.
Yeah.
So I'm on guard, not because you're different. I've had people on my show who are not necessarily pro-LGBT. I can talk and have a conversation. I'm not gonna like say take that away from my audience. That don't mean you need to be in my inner circle, you know, because you ultimately think that there is something wrong with me. And so why would I want you close to me? And so beyond my show and a conversation like this, now would I talk like this to an anti-vaxxer who voted for Trump, who half their damn relatives dead and they still won't take the vaccine? Yes, that shit happens here in the United States. I would have a conversation over Zoom. I don't want the bitch nowhere around me. And then once we hang up the call, then I don't want to see the hoe no more. Because what the fuck can I do with that? You know, but that doesn't mean I hate you, nothing. If you want to buy some drawers from my store, great. I would not have you in my office for a massage because I know you're going to come to me with no vaccine after you just left a big old house party and shit like that because you only think about yourself. So a conversation at a safe space with somebody, sure. But I'm talking about getting people out of my life, you know, out of my inner circle, out of my contacts, out of my stuff like that. Because it's just weird when people have like an anti-gay thing, they put off this whole vibe and it just makes me uncomfortable because they're uncomfortable and they're uncomfortable because they think in their head that based on their religion, I'm wrong. And, you know, and I'm tired of being uncomfortable around anybody. I'm just not going to do it. I want to feel safe. I want to feel comfortable. And if your beliefs, you know, or oppose the things that I believe in, getting a vaccine, marrying who you want to marry, loving who you want to marry, you know, how can I put it? It's like when people are like, we don't hate you, we just hate the sin that's within you, but still come on over, but still come on over for dinner. Who the fuck wants to still go over and be around them? But people think that way. They would say shit like that. We don't hate you, we just hate the sin. What's the problem?
Come on, my child. Just simply play away that gay. Come on.
So no, so my sharing of knowledge will be my memoir and my second book, my blog, my website. So if somebody who opposes my views wants to expand their mind, they can go and pick that shit up, or they can email me. I'm okay with that. I'm not that hard with it, but they are not coming to the cookout. They are not coming to my parties. They're not coming to the kiki. They can't be allowed in because God knows they might shit. They might be one of those gun-toting Republicans. You have a lot of that shit here. I don't do guns. You know, I don't fucking get the whole thing about guns. I just don't. I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just like, what is the fucking fixation? And so I don't, you know, I'm just careful. Look, when I was out there on the streets dealing drugs and everything, I made a lot of bad decisions about the sort of people who I had around me. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I wasn't a shrewd judge of character. I wasn't questioning what people thought, what they believed. I didn't really know my friends and my associates. I do now, you know, and I'm just not going to make that mistake again.
Like being like working as a drug dealer, that is not what I would say an easy life, or a life which, how can I say, would lead to a non-anxiety realm of existence. Yeah. What were you dealing, may I ask?
Everything. My store was called Drugs or Us.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Toys R Us, but Drugs R Us. And my main thing was meth, which was what I was mainly addicted to, but I did every drug: heroin, crack, weed, GHB, GBL, ecstasy, bunch of different ecstasy pills, Molly. I could get my hands on Dilutin, Vicodin, Lortabs, Lorcets, Percocets, shit, pretty much anything.
Wow. Yeah, you really were Drugs or Us, because that's a list and a half right there. Like, what was it really lucrative, or was it a case of, yeah, you were just getting on by?
It wasn't about money. I had a job making $30 to $70 an hour when I first started. It was about community. And it was anxiety, but my nerves were shattered and shot the day that I got kicked out of church. It was probably from the military too, but I never was really healed from that. You know, I was still mad about that, you know, and so for years, it took me like 5 years to walk into a church again after I got fired that day. And I had been going to church all my whole life. And that one incident threw me off the rails for over half a decade. And in that meantime, I filled this void with activity, and, you know, and so then the first time a guy came to me, big guys had been offering me drugs all my fucking life. And I just always said no, because, you know, I was in church and I was around positive influence. But once that was gone, the next time a guy was like, you want to try this? I was like, fuck it, sure. So I went from saying no to them to yes to everything. And then, that was a response to my anger from the church. It was a rebellious thing. It was an acting out thing. And just because I'm a businessman and I think in terms of transaction, I started to notice that if I buy these drugs in bulk and sell them to my friends, and I can cover my personal costs. And so then, but because I have an extravagant personality and sometimes I don't know when to stop and I just keep going, I didn't stop at just getting enough to cover my personal. I said, okay, how much more can I get? How big can I take this? Didn't need to. I already was making $30 to $70 an hour, but I love the attention and the power that I had over dope fiends and shit like that. You can get a dope fiend do anything for a shard of meth. He'll clean your house. You can get him to fuck you. You can get him to bodyguard you. You can get him to do anything. And I relished in the power and the command that I had over these big, strong men. And at that time, shit, last time I got arrested, I weighed 127 pounds. You know, and so I'm like this big, and I've got these huge, fine ass men who will do whatever the fuck I say because you know I'm a drug dealer, and there's a hierarchy. You know, you have your meth cooks and all your drug manufacturers at the very top of the chain. Then you have your suppliers, and you have the dealers, then you have the end users. And I was like a dealer supplier. I was probably, I'm gonna just say this: the people who I was getting it from was moving probably like 2 keys of meth a day. And so I was
wow. What is the market value of 2 keys of meth? I know I have to ask because look, when you go, 2 keys of meth, look, okay, there is a monetary value which comes with that type of product, but when like 2 keys is a lot. A kilo is a lot. 500 grams is a lot. Like 100 grams is a lot. So when you go 2 keys, what was that? What does that break down to?
You could probably sell a gram for like 100 to 200 a gram.
Oh God.
In Houston at that time. Now it's different every city you're in, but yeah.
Okay. God damn. Okay. Right.
Oh yeah, my dealer, you had like a Ferrari and shit, you know, and so we were, you know, it wasn't like, but you know, it was, oh my God, it was so entertaining. And I don't mean to glorify this, but if I wouldn't, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't fucking glorious, because it was, you know, it, in terms of like in a carnal way, you know, being back close to God like I am now, and that those 2 things wouldn't mix. They don't mix well, because one is glorifying everything that the flesh wants to do, which is selling drugs, and then the other is more spiritual edification, you know, and reaching, you know, trying to connect with heaven, and you can't do both. And so it was constant, you know, the phone's always ringing, you know, and I started off, you know, being a driver for somebody I was getting drugs from. I would go get his dope, deliver it to people. It was very professional. They would pay him through like an app. I would just go drop it off, and then I would get paid in a cash dope split. That's another way I got free drugs. Well, free drugs, I mean, I worked for him technically. So I would do my day job, then I would deliver drugs at night. And it was just fucking fun. It was a new people. You know, you got some personalities in the fucking drug world, but then you got even personalities more so in the meth world. And so it gets real
character or 2 out there.
It's real entertaining. And it was just fucking thrilling. And I mean, I had the extra time. I was no longer volunteering the 10 hours a week, you know, at Lakewood. And so I had plenty of time to run around delivering drugs and shit like that and party. You know, I discovered what Sunday Fun Day was for the first time after I got kicked out of Lakewood. I didn't even know people partied at the fucking gay clubs literally all fucking day from Sunday morning to the Monday morning, you know, because my whole life I had been in church on Sundays. And so now I'm like, what's this whole new world? Basically, I'm like a kid just leaving the country, just coming out. Everything's super like a big deal. And I'm like wide-eyed and everything's glistening. And I'm not filtering anything and screening anything because I'm young, I'm naive, I'm inexperienced in life because I've been in the military my whole adult life. And damn, all these guys look good. They can fuck. They got everything going. And it's never a dull fucking moment. It's never a fucking dull moment. And then it was entertaining. It was so fucking entertaining. The power was intoxicating even more than the fucking narcotics was. And I'd never do it again. But, you know, for that time in my life, as I say, I earned my Rick James honorary sequins coat and pumps. As Rick James would say, it's hospital time, bitches, whenever he would overdose. And I partied like a motherfucker. When Amy Winehouse died, I had a fuck rehab party at my apartment there in the gay district in Montrose, and I made like a fuck rehab tank top, and I served like cocaine and alcohol and shit under the black lights. It was some Studio 54 discos retro shit I was on. I party like a motherfucking rock star.
Oh my God. Like Studio 54. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Now, Studio 54 back in the day, next level beyond. That was a crazy place. Now, so what was it? What was that epiphanal moment? What made you like go, give up the power? Give up the extra money, give up the lifestyle. What was that epiphanal moment?
Moving back to Baton Rouge after I got out of jail, because they transferred my probation from Houston to Baton Rouge, put me out of reach of my suppliers. You know, I didn't have a car, because when SWAT came, they arrested me and they gave my car to the informant who they used to apprehend me. And then I never really could keep it. You know, I would get it, but since I was homeless, I really couldn't hold on to shit. You know, when you're homeless, shit just tends to slip through your fingers. But I was cut off from my supply. I didn't know where to find meth here. It's not like I didn't try, you know, but I didn't really let go of that desire for power. I just couldn't feed it anymore. And then over time, I began to, you know, get sober and everything like that. You know, I mean, that, you know, that's something if I wanted to, I could right now, I know exactly where in this city I can go and pick up some weight, as we call it, you know, get somebody to drop some weight on me. And then I can go out there and establish a drug business if I want to. And it's not like I don't feel that pull from time to time. You know, I just choose not to do it. It's not like I struggle every damn day, but you know, when you've been like Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada with some shit, and you just running that shit like a fucking boss, it's hard to let that go. I didn't want to leave Houston. I was homeless. You know, I had risen to success both in, you know, the corporate world and in the criminal underworld. And even though I was homeless, I just didn't want to come to terms with the fact that none of that was my reality anymore. I didn't want to let it go. It was shit had been gone to hell. You know, I had nothing to my name and I just needed to go home, but I didn't want to do it. I was just walking around there homeless thinking something will change one day, I don't know, come into a lot of money, or I'll be able to sell a lot of drugs and come back up. A lot of former drug dealers are like that. They just need that one front, just front me some drugs this one time, you know, and of course we just end up using it. And see, when I found out I had HIV, that's when stuff really got off the rails, and I started to get super reckless, because then I thought I was gonna die. So then I was hurt by the church, and now I done got HIV because I let my guard down, because I left the church and started doing drugs. Now I think I'm gonna die in a few months, because the only people who I had known who had HIV were all dead. So period. In those days, you would walk into a bar in Houston looking for a bartender or a barback or whatever, and they would be like, yeah, well, he died, you know. And so people were still dying in the year 2011 in Texas of AIDS. Wow. And so I didn't know anybody who was just happy and successful and living with it. And so that's what I had in my head. And so I found out on a voicemail, December 31st, 2011. So we are coming up on 10 years, a voicemail this bitch ass idiot doctor left instead of bringing me into the office, or if I could at least waiting till the 1st or the 2nd, let me enjoy my damn new year. He's gonna leave this shit on my voicemail on December 31st. I check it. That's a whole cry. I'm like crying and shit, but you know, I go back in the club. This is like 11:30 at night that I finally checked the voicemail. I wanted to be brave. I was like, I'm going to check this voicemail. I'm not going to let the new year end, because I had a feeling it was something bad, because this doctor was a liver specialist I was seeing at the time. I don't want to call him my doctor, because he's a worthless piece of shit. And I was seeing him because I contracted hepatitis B. So he wasn't my primary care physician. And I found out I had hepatitis B. I went to go donate blood. I have O negative, so I always would donate it. So I get a letter from the blood bank saying, don't bring us your filthy blood anymore because you have hepatitis B antibodies, goodbye. And so I started, so then I go to so I started being seen for that. And in the process of testing me for the hepatitis, you know, he found out about the HIV, but he would not release those results to my primary care doctor. He just took it upon himself one day, and this was a Saturday, and he only worked Monday through Thursday. So he called me 4, 5, 10 times that day, and I was like, oh shit, there's gotta be something bad. So the voicemail was like, yeah, you got HIV, don't be out there spreading it to anybody else. You know, it was like that. And so it was a real insensitive, and you know, a lot of doctors are insensitive assholes. You know, nurses and nurse practitioners are much better. I have a nurse practitioner now. I don't fuck with doctors, and they just ain't got no fucking soul. You know, a lot of them. So,
yeah, no, I would say with a lot of doctors, like that sort of thing of empathy or sympathy with people because they're around it. And they're just like, yeah, they just see the human body as like either a machine, which they just fix and repair, or they just like put the walls up so hard so they don't feel anything. With the nurses, which I would say they build a greater relationship with people on that one-to-one, so they still have that compassion, they still have that empathy, and they can, like, you know what I mean, sympathize and connect with people. That's the way I see it, but yeah, sorry to interrupt. My apologies. Hey.
No, there's no interruptions. We are sharing and caring here. And so I got that voicemail. I cried such bitter tears. I hadn't cried that hard since I got kicked out of Lakewood. And not very many things in life have cut me that deep to cry like that. My grandmother's death, when I got kicked out of Lakewood, when I got HIV, and when my pastor, Evangelist Nelson, died when I was at the hospital with her. Other than that, ain't nothing cut me that deep before. And I just started making bad decisions. I was prideful. I didn't know how to ask for help. That's not something my parents ever demonstrated. Weakness. People in the South don't do that. Southern parents try to make it look like they got everything figured out all the time. They don't live out problems in front of their children. And then we go and get in problems, and then we don't feel like we can come to them. And it's a whole terrible cycle, which I will not repeat with my own children. Well, hell, I've written a book and put all my fucking mistakes out there so they can see what the hell dad done wrong. And so, and I'm totally better with that, because transparency is how we heal and help each other, not sweeping our problems under the rug, acting like we got it all together, you know, but being upfront with the shit. And so I felt alone. I could not articulate the problems. I let my boss, I worked at the substation electrician for Centerpoint Energy, which is the light company in Houston, Texas. I let him listen to the voicemail. I texted my friend and attorney. Other than that, I told nobody what was happening, and nobody found out for shit. I got like 6, 7 months. You know, a few days later, I was arrested for the first time, picking up an 8-ball of meth. Got it from a snitch. You know, didn't realize he was a snitch. It was a bogus arrest, so they had to drop the charges. Because I had hit the meth in my underwear. They pulled me over claiming it was for an illegal turn or some shit, but I didn't even make that sort of turn. And they unzipping my pants and everything and pulled my underwear down and everything. And we were on right beside an elementary school in the middle of the day. This is how Houston Police Department is, very sloppy. And so the grand jury threw that shit out. But, you know, me being hard-headed, and my attorney was like, okay, just leave. Even the motherfucking people I was getting meth from, they were like, just leave. You got a clean slate. Go back to Baton Rouge. I had left my job as a substation electrician because I couldn't stop crying at work. You know, and it's not a good job to have if your head ain't on straight, because you can get somebody killed because you're dealing with 350 volts of electricity every day. And if you press the wrong button to do the wrong damn thing, or hell, if you reach your hand up and you're not thinking about it and you touch a hot wire, that's your funeral. And I made the decision to just not go back. I didn't have the will to live anymore, you know, so I didn't go look up FMLA, Family Medical Leave Act. I didn't talk to HR to see if I could I didn't do all of that. And I was still an apprentice. You know, you got to go every 6 months for your testing to go up to like the next level in your apprenticeship to become a journeyman. I didn't want to get washed back and recycled. I thought about it all in my head, and I just thought it all wrong. I could have kept that job. I could have just gone to the fucking doctor, and and everything would have been fine. But see, when we don't reach out for help and we try to figure it out, and we can't recognize when we are facing something that is too much for us, then we start fucking up. So then I started to get arrested. You know, I just didn't go back to the job. where was money going to come from? Like we were discussing earlier, how are you going to pay for the things you want? Well, I wasn't planning on being alive for very much longer, so I just figured I would die. Lost my apartment. I was able to do like a bogus application and get another one, which besides the little $200 something deposit, I never paid anything, and I moved in there in February, and then it was May, and then SWAT came. I think it was a Thursday night, and everything like that. It was a weird ass day. I didn't pay attention to the warning signs. It was like the informant came. He dropped off like this huge bottle of Adderall, and which was strange because most people don't leave their dope laying around. But you know, they had tried to get me like I think 5 or 6 other times. My attorney told me, but I was like this. I was always coming and going and moving all hours. I was never still because my nerves are fucking bad.
Yeah.
And so he just walks out, and I'm like, okay, that's strange. I'm putting on clothes, I'm getting ready to leave again, and I hear like the pitter patter of little mouse feet outside on this carpeted floor in this huge ass apartment complex I'm living in Houston. And I look through the window and I see like the SWAT team face shields, the Kevlar vest, the semi-automatic weapons and everything. And the point man is doing like this. He goes like 1, 2, 3. And so I turn to run from the door so I don't get splattered when they knock it in. And so they go like boom, and then they use whatever that machine is loud as fuck. I know everybody in that whole fucking apartment complex heard it. I ran, I slipped and fell, and like was cowering under the kitchen table in the fetal position when the lead guy came in there. He like took his mask off. He looked at me like he looked like a dad would look when he pities his child. You know, the informant and all of my enemies in the underworld probably told him I was some hardened criminal with weapons and everything. And what they found was a broken, hurt child cowering under the table with one sock on, you know, the fetal position is how I was by myself. And this was like about 45, 50 armed men who were in here. You had the helicopters, the dope dogs. Yeah. They had everything. So, like, I was a violent, hardened thug motherfucker, you know, who was going to be shooting back and everything. And I was like, oh my God, don't shoot me. Oh my God. So they dragged me up off the floor, put me on one of my chairs, and began the interrogation, trying to find where I have the drugs hid. You know, the informant's Adderall is what they charged me with because there really wasn't much else. They supposedly scraped together some cocaine from somewhere because see, I hadn't re-upped yet. I was waiting on the fucking drugs.
Oh,
you
got so lucky. I'm saying.
So, but they used his fucking pills to pad charges against me. See, and then of course they weigh the pipes and everything. I had a shitload of pipes, probably like 20 pipes, 20 lighters and everything. I'm extra, you know, I had them all named and everything like that. And so, cause I love the process of crushing up the drugs, putting it in the pipe, watching it melt, scraping the pipe almost more than I actually did getting high. I was a process tweaker too. And so they're interrogating me because what they do is they figure your eyes are going to go to wherever you have the drugs hid. And so they watch you to see if you're going to like get nervous and start looking, but there were no drugs hidden anywhere. And so they bring the dope dog in there, knocked my fucking pipes over off the table, this sloppy ass bitch. And then they start like, you know, talking about me for being gay, calling me like gay slurs and shit like that. You know, and just being mean and, you know, all yelling and shit. And they bring the informant in there and they pull a scene trying to act. So they put one of those AK-47s or whatever kind of semi-automatic rifles the fuck it was. I don't know if it's an AK-47 because I don't know fucking guns. But they put it like in the center of his forehead and shit and try to get all aggressive with him. Okay, I'm the fucking queen pin and you're not going to put a gun in my forehead and you're going to put it in the middle of his, bitch. That was a stunt that they pulled to try to make it seem like he wasn't a snitch, and he was. When I was in jail, you know, they hauled me off. The guy who drove me was like, you know, you're not really like this crowd. When you get out, you need to go back to Louisiana, you know. And so, because they already had established a profile on me. They had an official operation. I can't remember the name of it, but it was Operation something to come and take me down. They had people following me around, tailing me and shit like that. And they do that to shake you up, to make you sloppy, and it worked with me because I wasn't a hardened criminal.
Yeah.
And they had, other informants calling me. I could hear the static on the line because they was trying to bait me that way. They was hardcore after my ass. And but I was reckless and bold. I just had a little makeup case looking thing, and I would just go deliver drugs at hotels and bathhouses. I would keep it in the trunk because I knew they couldn't make me open the trunk without a warrant. And I was just basically all in their face. I wasn't even trying to hide the fact that I was dealing prolific loads of drugs all up and down Houston, and I didn't care because I was going to die in a few months anyway. And I was just like, fuck it. It was like my Tony Montana moment from Scarface, bitch. I was ready to go out, or at least I thought I was. So off the jail I went, for the second time. I basically slept those 5 days till I got bailed out. The first time my bartender bailed me out. Bitch, your family will leave you in jail forever. Your blood family will leave you in jail forever. You better get you some good friends in case you ever get arrested, because they gonna show up first. And so I slept, I got out, and then that's how I ended up homeless, because you can't exactly go back and move into the place where you didn't pay rent, and now they done got you selling drugs. So where the fuck you gonna go? And I didn't know how to ask, or wasn't willing to ask to go live with a friend. The one person I texted, the few people I texted were like, no, you just have a drug problem, be gone. Because, everybody looking at me thinking, okay, he just partied too hard and lost everything. They don't know that I actually have a health crisis, both mental and physical, that really was the underlying reason for all of this in the first place. Stemming back from, the military, getting kicked out of Lakewood and everything like that. And, shit in my father's house probably too, everything that happened along the way. And so it wasn't just a sloppy dope fiend, there was other shit happening, and none of them asked me that. They just jumped to that conclusion, and when I got kicked out of church, none of those people I volunteered with ever called or texted me to see where the fuck I went. They just, I guess, another heathen then fell away or whatever the fuck and so that's how I became homeless. I had someone drop me off at my apartment so I can go back and see what was what. And I couldn't stay in there but a second. Like, everything was ripped and torn. It looked like Freddy Krueger had come through there with his razor glove and just slashed everything. The dope fiends went in there and took my clothes and everything, because people were jealous of me and I didn't have enough sense to really pick up on that and get away from it like I do now. People around Houston started wearing my shoes, my jeans and shit that I had. And I felt powerless, over it. They had always wanted everything I had, because I had the Mustang, brand new 2010 Mustang and everything like that, and I was a diva. I used to change clothes. I used to have on one outfit in the morning and a second outfit at night. I wasn't going to be seen with the same outfit on that I had in the day. I had enough clothes to wear a different outfit for like 6 months or a year, not with the same fucking thing. And so, whereas these dope fiends might have like 2 fucking shorts, 2 shirts or some shit, and I say them, I was a dope fiend too, but although I didn't realize it. So this was their moment. I was vulnerable. I was weak. All my shit was there. They went in there and took advantage. They took my underwear, and I had a prolific underwear collection, my pride and joy, which I have rebuilt. Hallelujah, Jesus. And and they just, it was just all in my face, and I had to deal with looking at that every day. And to the streets I went, and from then on I just walked, every day. And then I started couch surfing, and sometimes I would sleep in the back of a vehicle, and that's how the homelessness came. And eventually my parents put 2 and 2 together, and they were like, I wonder if he's working anymore. It took them about like a month, after that to come to Houston. And they were like, oh, hell no. And then, and they tried to get me over at the VA for healthcare and shit. I just wasn't trying to go. You cannot make a dope fiend or an addict or somebody do some shit they don't want to do. They're not ready. And so I was not fucking ready. I wasn't, because the whole HIV thing, I was like, okay, but I'm dead anyway, so what's the fucking point? And everybody's like, oh, you can totally live with that. You just gotta take the pills. That's not a palatable thing that people are necessarily trying to hear. Some of us have different personalities. Some of us have different exposures and things like that. So I'm not trying to hear people tell me, oh, just take some pills and it'll be all right. I felt my body had been invaded. I felt it was my fault. I felt a strong sense of shame. I tried to go to a club right after I found out before I was homeless, and I just felt dirty, like everyone knew. I felt contagious. None of this was true, but it was in my head. This is why when you tell somebody they got HIV, you need to immediately have like a psychiatrist and all of that in the room where responsible medical facilities do.
Yeah.
Don't leave it on a voicemail. And
it's just like, gonna just tell you this thing, which is gonna put you into like some form of crisis. Off you go. It's like, leaving on a voicemail. Oh yeah, is this thing off? Oh no. It's like, wow.
Everything I decided to do was my own decisions. I'm not gonna blame the doctor. I'm not gonna blame Lakewood. I'm gonna say that they were assholes, absolutely. But I can't say it's their fault that I made the decisions. I made the fucking decisions. And so I walked, my parents got me a hotel for like a month. All I did was use it to party in and shit like that. The plan was for me to get like in this program, the VA called the compensated work therapy, where you can like go be a janitor or help out with building maintenance or some shit like that while you get rehabilitated, then hopefully go on staff there. It's a very clear cut path. The VA in Houston is huge. If I really wanted to get back on my feet, I could have easily done it. I wasn't ready to quit the street life, because once you are out there, that became my community. It has an economy of its own. So see, when people look at homeless people and they're like, well, why don't they just stop? Why don't they just go get help? You're asking them not just to stop walking the street, but to give up the society and the economy that they are familiar with and that they know how to maneuver. There is a hierarchy out there on those streets, even amongst people who look like they don't have anything, and maybe they don't, but they know how it works. They know how that system works. And so I knew how that system worked, and I knew how it worked well from the top to the bottom, the ins and the outs, and I was still very well connected, even though I was gaining enemies quickly over there. And so I didn't want to let that go. I had worked hard for my name, my street credibility, and everything like that. It was an accomplishment, nefarious, dark, illegal, but an accomplishment all the same. And so I wasn't ready to let it go. And so one day I'm at a bus stop, just hanging out. Some dude I don't know pulls up and asks me if I want to go cash a check at a Bank of America for like 10 grand or 5 grand. I was like, all right. My answer to everything was yes. I had no reason to tell anybody no. Fuck it, let's do it. When dudes wanted to shoot me up with heroin, I just let them do it, because I never liked heroin, but if they wanted to, then sure, and so, so I'm here at this Bank of America. They pull the alarm. The guy's not there, nowhere to be seen. When the cop pulls me out, my phone dies, so I can't call and be like, it was that guy. So that's how I got arrested the 3rd time. So now I'm banned from Bank of America for life. Wow. I can do no business.
Yes, I forget it. No, out, you go. Don't even. It's like.
And don't ever come back again for as long as you walk the earth.
I bet you walk up to a Bank of America and like all the staff looking at you like, it's him. Him. Just sees the security guard just pull down the shutter. There's like, nope. It's like, oh man, life.
I remember that scene from Breaking Bad. When Breaking Bad is all about the meth cook who had cancer, then he broke bad, and then this is basically kind of the same thing. I broke bad. And I remember that scene that the young hot guy that was his assistant or whatever working with him, when he looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, I'm the bad guy. And he just like owns the shit. You're the meth cook, the drug dealer. You're the one who's putting this shit out there on the streets. You're the one the cops want. I was the fucking bad guy. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I think that's really fucking cool. How many people do you know are banned from any bank for life?
Wait. I do. One.
And so, the villains always have the cool outfits on in the movies and shit, anyway. So I don't mind being the bad guy. It's fucking awesome. I'm not going to do it again. I already got my street credibility. I'm not suggesting anybody else go run out there and do it, because it's a miracle I survived. By the time, I left Houston, I owed people so much money. I had to get a Greyhound. I think my brother may have gotten it for me. I had to get a Greyhound overnight because they I had stolen drugs from people and old people shit, they were trying to kill my ass, and I barely escaped with death a couple of times out there. So it's a risky game. The Lord delivered me with a strong hand and with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, like he did the Israelites when he parted the Red Sea. That was a Red Sea moment out there for me, honey. So I'm not suggesting anybody go out there and do this shit, because it's not guaranteed that you're gonna make it out alive. Had it been anybody else, they would have been dead. But the Lord wasn't ready for me to die. And so now let's talk about what it's like to be locked up in Harris County Jail in the gay tank with a bunch of other homosexuals, drag queens, and transsexuals. So we may have seen Orange is the New Black, but bitch, this here is a show that needs to be made. Just picture this. We're cutting up the white sheets that we sleep in to make outfits to do Destiny's Child renditions in. Okay, this is...
Okay, yeah, okay. No, please continue. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I see you just like, I see you lick your top lip like that. Oh yeah, catch you. Yeah, carry it.
Oh, and so not every jail affords this a luxury, but if you identify as homosexual, in some jails, you do not have to be put in the straight tank. You can go into the gay tank. You get a special color wristband and everything when they process you in. And if you are gay, unless you're trying to get beat up, and not like in the good way, like fucked in the ass, like when you want to be, but abused somehow, you probably want to get in the gay tank. Some straight people come in there and say they want to get in the gay tank if they have enemies in the straight tank, so they keep it separate. But it's not like a bunch of individual cells. It's like one big open, almost military bay with probably 40 bunk beds. It's a shitload of people, and probably like 2 or 3 picnic style aluminum tables bolted to the ground. And that is where you reside until you get out of Harris County. I was there 2 months that time. I didn't go outside, not one time. And they say because it's a transfer facility, they don't have to let you go outside. Imagine 2 months, no sun, no moon, no wind, no rain, no exposure to the elements, just stone walls for 2 months. And that's it. That's all I saw. And then we would go to the gym, which, was still more stone walls. There was no outside. And so in this gay tank, bitches are petty. This one queen used to come and snap her fingers in my ears. They used to call her Juicy. And just to try to pick a fight with me for whatever reason. And it could be because I had money. My mom put, in order for you to have food that's not like the slop they give you, if you want to order commissary, decadent food and gel, honey buns and pickles and, pitas and shit like that, you have to have money in order to be able to do that. The maximum you can get per week is $150, and God bless my mom. I don't know where she got the money from, but every week that I was in there for all those 8 weeks, she made that happen. She had that money there because her baby could eat. I was 127 pounds. I needed to eat something. And so, I was barely here. And so, like barely alive. And so every week I had like a full sack of food, and everybody else was looking at me like, bitch. And so they were jelly. The people were scavengers, because whenever somebody would leave and they would just be like so fucking glad they were going, they didn't care about taking food, and they would leave whatever food they have, you would just see like a bunch of orange vultures converge into their pile of food and fight for whatever scraps they could get. And you had that, but the men were creative. The people who had been locked up several times, they knew how to take, like, say, honey buns and different desserts and make like a full fucking cake out of it. And I let them use my shit to do it. And sure enough, that shit looked like a fucking cake. They could take like the garbage bags and stretch it out and make an intricately woven like ring out of it and shit like that, you know, people get real fucking creative. Yes, you know, some drugs made it in there and shit like that. Of course, as it does, you got your shakedowns where they come and go through all your shit, you know, and throw half of it away. In jail, in the gay tank, everybody who identifies as a top or a man, and in the gay world, a top is the one who inserts the penis, a bottom is the one who receives the penis, a versatile person is one who can do both. And so in jail, you know, all the toilets and everything are on display. So when you piss and shit or whatever, everyone's looking right at you. There are no doors to close. Just you get up and wipe your ass and everything with everyone looking. All 40, 50, 60 people can smell your nasty shits and everything. And and so and so and so oh, you never had the luxury of residing in such accommodations?
Well, you know what? Yeah, well, you know what I mean? I think the only time I have pooed in front of anyone, like, yes, I no. It's like just
yeah. And so all the men would stand up to pee and all the women or the bottoms would sit down. And there's no like females in there with us. You have like some trans who look like they may have been transitioning, but it was all males, like people with the dicks running around in there, no matter how they identified. So some would sit to pee, others would stand. You know, the hierarchy must be maintained. And then we had nicknames, of course, because on the street, nobody really goes by their real names. It's not until you in jail that you actually see what somebody's real name is. Like my code name was Token, probably because I was one of the only Black people doing that much meth, and certainly the only Black meth dealer. So I was like the token Black guy. And so, and then...
no wonder why the police were after you. It's like, look, you're called Token. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that's a bullseye on your ass right there. I'm sorry, but yeah.
That and the white, and my white Mustang was like what that fur coat was for Frank Lucas. And Frank Lucas, the American gangster, the one who shot that dude in the head in the middle of the street, nobody did anything. You know, he was great. He went to that boxing match in Vegas and that expensive ass fur coat put the feds onto him. My white Mustang and my flamboyant ass lifestyle was like, that was like my Frank Lucas moment. And so, because other than that, you know, the dealings were just fine, you know, and so, but we had nicknames. One was, we called her Miss Lindsay Lohan because she was in jail on like her 10th DUI. And, you know, Miss Lilo, she, you know, she's forever driving into shit with her drunk ass. I was Paris Hilton because I was the local, you know, drug person, coke queen or whatever. And we all know Paris likes a little bit of nose powder. You can tell this is clear. And, oh, and then who do we have? I think it was Miss Courtney Love or somebody else. You know, we had our... You know, you're going to be around these bitches for a few months. You got to do something to pass the time.
Yes, I can imagine.
And so we could see from the door across to the other tank, there was another gay tank. Then there was a straight tank. And then I think the cops just did this for fucking entertainment. They put a straight tank, the door to theirs in between two gay tanks. And so we would fuck with the straight guys and some of them liked it. You know, while they're in there with their bags of water, lifting weights and shit, you know, we're making all kinds of cat calls and shit. You have to mime it because we can't access each other because they're in a completely different tank. It's just the doors that face each other. And sometimes they would get pissed off and we got a little bit too gay with it, you know, flashing body parts and whatnot and such. And so, and then we would put like, you know, Beyonce on, and, you know, during those times, what was a popular song? Oh, everybody asks me why I'm smiling out from ear to ear. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, that song. And so we would put that shit on because we could at least have a radio on the door. So the other gay tank would put the same station on. So that we would have like a key, you know, across the hall, even though we couldn't hear what the fuck the other people in the other tank was saying. And so we communicated that way. And then we would all go to the gym at the same time. And then this is when we would pass kites. And a kite in jail is nothing more than a note like you used to pass in the second grade. You make it, you give it. So if you want to get a message to somebody in another part of this prison facility, this is how you do it. You give it to the people who come to bring the lunch. You give it to somebody when you're out at the gym, and then it will make its way, just like through the postal service, to this other person in a whole other different part of the jail. And so that's called passing a kite. And then fitness was fun. All we did was walk around in this crusty ass gym with like holes in the fucking ceiling, which was a tease, because then I can see like little peaks of sun coming through there, but I still couldn't go outside. And we would just walk around in circles and just, oh my God, the people. There was this one fine ass, you know, tattooed dude, just a real motherfucking thug and shit. And he was saying like how, yeah, you know, he wants to like his guy to get like fake tits and shit, you know, and everything like that. You know, just, you know, gay thug life to the max. And then the most fucked up part about jail is that's when I learned how to be a better criminal, because I was around people who were doing veins of crime that I had not considered, like forgery and thieving and shit. And so you get in there and you talk to other criminals. It's like networking. It's like a consortium of sorts. And so we're in there, you know, sharing best practices, you know, and shit like that on crimes to do when we get out. Nobody's in there talking about I'm not going to do this shit again. It's all about how can I do this shit again and not get caught. That's all anybody was talking about. So I got me a legal pad and started taking names and numbers down of people who did drugs. I had like 3-4 full sheets of legal paper before I got out, because I was going to rebuild my empire. And yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, there's just, it feels like there's so much more. Like, this is the thing, because of time constraints on my side, I can't go any further with this story. It's like,
that's a good position to be in.
Like, hey, like, this is like, I'm gonna have to get you back on at some point. Because look, it's like you're just coming out of prison with like, yeah, wanting to build your drug empire. And it's just like, no, I'm going to have to stop you right there, because like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, you want to know how long you've been talking for? You want to know how long?
If you want to tell me, sure.
Yeah, you've been talking for about 2 hours, my friend, 2 hours. It's like, yeah, and like, this is the whole thing. I can feel the energy just building more. I'm like, what? Your story, I have to say, is, oh my God, yeah, a mind-blowing story. And I've got to say, it feels like there's like so much more to tell, and I'm going to get that information from you one way or the other. Oh my God. Oh God. Wow, you are the first. I'm like, okay. Bear with me 1 second. 1 second. One second. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm. I can see the stars all the way from here.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Yes. Yep. I've spoken to my lady, the boss of the household, and yes, we can run on for a little bit longer. Yes. Continue. Like, yeah. So you're about to get out of prison, you notepad at hand, like rebuilding your empire.
That was, let me see, it was Thanksgiving morning when I got out, and I had told my parents to not come get me because I wanted to go shoot up some meth, and I did not want to be bothered with nothing but that. When you've been locked up dealing with a bunch of petty ass gay queens for 2 months, the only thing you want to do when you get out is to go shoot up drugs. End of story, done. then you'll see what the day brings after that, but you're gonna go fucking get high. That's all we would talk about, besides the new crime and shit like that. Before I get onto that, I wanted to point out how poor the medical system can be, but bittersweet. It was in jail that I finally talked to a doctor who was empathetic and passionate enough to explain HIV to me in a way that I finally started taking the medication. That's where that started happening, when I was locked up. But I also saw them treat the gay people bad. They would come in there and talk roughly to us at night and shit, and make the gay slurs and shit, have it freezing on us and shit, in the middle of fucking winter or the fall, whatever, and this one guy was sick and he needed to go to a hospital doctor or some shit. And we were telling them, people mashing the button, they could see us from the control center that was in the center of the 3 tanks. There's always a guard there, and they just would not come in there. So we had to pull a stunt. Sometimes you might hear in the gay world a term called a stunt queen. Well, that's a bitch that just is extra, just pulling all kinds of stunts and shit. Well, sometimes it's beneficial. They would not come and get this dude. He's throwing up and everything, and they didn't want him in there. And so, okay. So people who had been to jail a bunch of times knew exactly what to do. They were like, okay, we about to pull a stunt, y'all. And I'm sitting here just as green around the gills. What the fuck's a stunt? Because as criminal as I am, I'm still learning a lot. It takes a lot to truly become a criminal mastermind. And so they laid him down, like he had fallen out. And then everybody just kind of like got away from it. And then everybody just like on a count of 3, we just went like 1, 2, 3. Ah! And so now when we did that, they brought their fucking bitch asses in there, put him on a fucking gurney, and then took him out to medical care.
Your mic is going down. I'm not too sure. Can you hear me? Your mic, the volume on your mic's gone down. I'm not too sure. You blew out your own mic.
What the hell?
You blew out your own mic. You blew out your own mic. You destroyed your own mic. You blew out your own mic. Oh, thank God. Okay. I can't.
Well, it's a good thing that I was planning on buying another one to record my audio book anyway. I guess I'll just go ahead and order it today.
Okay. Wait a second.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can just hear you right now. Yeah. Yes.
I was saying it's a good thing I was planning on buying a new mic to record my audio book, but I guess I'll just go ahead and order that motherfucker right now.
Oh, yeah, I think you should. Tell you what, D, look. Okay, we are going to have to reconvene again because, your story, my friend, is like such an interesting story, so fun. And I think that's the universe, basically going, okay, we got to do this again another day. No. It's gone. It's gone completely now. Oh my Lord. Right. Wait. Oh.
Test.
It is, yeah, it's coming through very faintly. Okay, D, tell you what I'll do, I'm going yep, it's gone. What I will do, I'll
just take it out then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, tell you what, I will I'm gonna end this podcast here right now because hey, now look, we're gonna have to reconvene another time. I'll send you an email. I'll upload this podcast. I'm not too sure what the sound levels are gonna be like with it. the mic not here. It's like, just like headphones. Like, yeah. But like, what, like, can you tell the people very quietly so you don't freak them out how they can find you?
The website is sexdrugsandjesus.com.
Okay.
Just sexdrugsandjesus.com. It links to all social media, blogs. You'll be able to get the book there. You can get a free first chapter there now. Everything the podcast is there. Everything goes through that website. Okay.
What I'll do, I'll put this in the description for you guys out there so you can follow D here. D, the mic destroyer. D, the insane one. Dean, D, the extrovert. Look, there are so many things I could say.
Well, at least I think I made an impression on you.
Well, you made the impression on me in the first 10 minutes. But yeah. Well, so yeah.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor and a pleasure. I'm very humbled that you would have me on your show.
The pleasure's all mine. I'm gonna get you back on. We're gonna do a part 2 to this, and yeah, oh god, cheeks hurt. it's like, and yeah, we'll take it from there. But like, I would like to say thank you to you. It's like awesome, absolutely freaking awesome.
I'm sorry about the interruption earlier when my parents came. I apologize for that. That never.
No worries. It's all good. It's all good. And I'd like to say thank you to you, my friends, my life warriors, for sticking with us so like up until this point. Yes, one of us decided to destroy their mic, but it wasn't me. It's like, yeah. I think that if that mic ever recovers again, yeah, just buy a new one, man. Just buy a new one. He says, no. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he got a little bit too fabulous for that mic. It just was like, nope, I'm out. I'm done. I'm dusted. Let me see. Yeah, thank you to you, my friends, my life warriors. Please stay safe, stay well, be awesome, be excellent, be fantastic, be all the positive bees you can be in this world and then some. Have a great day, guys. Yes. Peace.